Good evening and welcome to the Sports Bar on talkSPORT with myself, Jamie O'Hara, and him over there, the legend that is Jason Cundy.
Has anyone seen Newcastle United Football Club? Has anyone seen Pope, Trippier, Lascelles, Shaw, Longstaff, Guimaraes, Linton, Amaran, Isak, Gordon, Eddie Howe, Jason Tyndall, Sean Longstaff again. Can you hear me, Alan Shearer, Gavin Logan, Cheryl Cole, Anton Deck, boys, you almost took hell of a beating. Denise Welsh, Matt Hancock, the Tyne Bridge, the Angel of the North, St James's Park, Victoria Tunnel, Nuki Brown Ale. Can you hear me, Nuki? Can you hear me, Nuki? Can you hear me, Nuki? You almost took one hell of a beating. Peter Beardsley, Sir Les Ferdinand, Sir John Horn, Biker Grove. You almost took one hell of a beating.
Look, we've obviously watched the game. We had both of the games on. We actually had 3 games on. Lucky for us. And the Newcastle game was the bumper action game. It was end-to-end, brilliant game of football.
Great game. Brilliant
Borussia
game.
Dortmund, there ain't no mugs. Let's just say that.
I have to say, I mean, credit to them. I felt that going into this, and I still believe Newcastle will qualify. I still believe. I thought they'd qualify as winners. They still might. I still believe they'll qualify. But I have to say, Dortmund today, the way they set up against the crowd, the team, what's going on at St James's Park at the moment is a tough game to go to. So you can't go there toe-to-toe. You've got to approach it in a different way. You've got to come up with a formula to stun the crowd, to stop the players playing the way they want to play, and come up with a way you can still hurt them. Today, if there is a formula, and teams will find this, and Newcastle will, as Chelsea did, Liverpool did, all teams that really start the season are expected to do very well. Spurs, your team will find a way that teams go, oh, there's a blueprint, there's a way. There's how you stop Spurs being... And today, I think at St James's Park, we saw it. We saw it today. We saw how you sit defensively, got numbers back, rush back, that yellow wall that kept getting back goal side, forcing them sideways. I have to say, they didn't... I think that Newcastle fans leaving the ground will probably feel they deserved a point, and they probably did, with the chances they created. But they really make the goalkeeper work enough? Was there enough gilt edge?
I mean, he made some good saves.
Yeah, he did.
Callum Wilson's got a score.
Should score. But other than that, wasn't
bar twice.
Yeah, hitting the bar doesn't mean the same as should score. The second one that Callum Wilson come off his ear, it's one of those. Might loop in, doesn't. And I don't think this is a bad thing for Newcastle. I think this is one of those defeats where they go home, lick their wounds, and come back saying, do you know what? There are going to be stiff tests ahead.
Yeah. That's Borussia Dortmund. They lost the league last season on the last day. They are a proper... In the last minute to Bayern Munich. They are no mugs.
No, but they lost Bellingham, right? So they've lost their best player. But I still think that what I've seen over the course of this season so far, I still think Newcastle will qualify. The result that's gone for PSG has now made it, it's really bunched the group.
It has.
Really has bunched it.
Well, so they went from first to third, Newcastle, tonight.
Yeah, but I'm not so sure that this defeat today, when Newcastle fans reflect on it, I don't think it's one of those you go, it's tough. Champions League is tough, mate. It's a different animal.
Yeah, of course it is.
And St James's Park, even though we know the atmosphere and how brilliant it can be and how the light... These guys play in front of this every single week.
Dortmund.
Well, no, okay, pretty
Champions
much.
League.
These are seasoned pros, these guys.
Yeah.
These guys do this. This is what they do.
Yeah. They're not bothered about St James's Park. Is that what you're saying?
No, but if you quiet the crowd... There was a period in the second half. They started well, Dortmund. I didn't hear St James's Park was quiet. It was dead. All you could hear was the drum. Boom, 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 boom. And it was Dortmund making the noise. And that's what they're going to have to learn to live with. I think Newcastle fans can come away thinking, do you know what? We might have got something today. Could have been 1-1. Didn't do enough to win it. We got beat. I think they come again. I think they come again, Newcastle. They come again, and this is going to be a learning curve.
Do you think some of the players watching that game gets a little bit too pumped up? Like, we know St James's Park is rocking. We know the fans are behind you. We know what it means to play in a Champions League game for Newcastle. But don't you think some of them... You know, like when they're going in for a tackle and every single tackle they make, it's like, yeah, come on, pump up. Like, all right, we get it. You're in the Champions League. Have a bit of composure. Playing against top sides. You think they need to just maybe rein it in a little bit?
What, the players or the fans?
Not the fans. The players. Have a bit of composure. A little bit more
I didn't see a lack
know-how.
I didn't see a lack of composure from the players. I think the players feed off it. I think what we saw tonight is actually... St James's Park is just another football club.
I think you can,
ground.
Exert too much energy. Like when when you're that pumped up, you can actually almost go into a game and you can burn yourself out. You can knacker yourself out with the amount of energy that you're exerting just from being too pumped up. But
that's got to come from you as the player, though, Jay.
No, I know,
hasn't it? I mean, I've seen Dan Burn do it. He goes in, frightened tackle. The crowd love it. He's up. He's pumping his fist to the crowd. Goes back to defence.
It's like
I see Gordon do it. But I think it's down to the individual, the crowd.
You take a tennis... And I'm sorry, I'm jumping in here because I want to make this point. See, like tennis match, the best, ice in their veins, Roger Federer. You know, you got Andy Murray, who used to get pumped up and all that, and he'd get burnt out and he'd lose because he got fatigued. You see, like Djokovic, ice cool.
They all do it, though. I've seen Djokovic do that when he's
mate, like having ice in your veins a little bit. I get it. They're playing in the Champions League. It's huge moments for them. The place is rocking. But you're there. You've arrived. You're there. You're Champions League football players. You think some of them need to just maybe calm down a little bit?
Well, that's got to come from the individual. So if there's an important tackle or a big save or a goal for that matter, I
know, but a tackle. Every tackle they're going in for, and it's like they scored.
Ask the Newcastle fans. Ask them that. Because they're there. The energy levels are there. But what we saw tonight is Dortmund suck the energy out of a club that's going in the right direction. It's a brilliant club going in the right direction right now. Got the right investment, right manager. We're talking about a football club that's naive, though. They haven't had this. They haven't had this sort of success. The crowd cheer corners. They cheer throw-ins when it shouldn't be theirs. They cheer. So maybe the crowd need to be a little bit more. Do you know what? We're in the Champions League. This ain't the Championship no more.
So you blaming the crowd?
No, I'm not blaming the crowd. What I'm saying is that there's going to be a point, and tonight we reached it, I think, where we saw actually. Oh. I think
it's a reality check for Newcastle fans a little bit. Come to St James's Park, we'll turn anyone over.
Yeah,
like,
the atmosphere.
No one can rock up here. And all of a sudden, Dortmund go, hold on a minute.
Yeah, silence crowd.
Yeah.
It's
chill your beans.
But that happens at every ground in the world. You go there, you silence the crowd. I've seen it at Barca, Real, the biggest clubs in the world. I've seen some of the biggest clubs just go into games thinking they'll roll them over. And tonight... What it was, I think, on reflection, that's why I say, I still think that Newcastle, I still feel that Newcastle have got enough in this team, what I've seen, and this group. I don't rate PSG at all.
What a top the group.
I don't rate them, mate. I don't rate them.
You don't rate them.
I don't rate them. I don't rate them as
a
football club.
They might not win the Champions League, but at this moment in time, they are top.
Yeah, okay.
Dortmund is second.
All right, fair enough.
Now Newcastle have got to go to Dortmund to get a result.
Right, okay. And PSG.
And PSG.
I'll have them. I have to, but
you keep saying, "Oh yeah, they're going to cruise through." Well, look at it now and you go, "Well, actually,
I still think they will."
Don't look that easy.
From day one, I think they'll qualify. From day one, because I don't think that the other teams are as good as Newcastle.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy, Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.